Hey, Diane DeWald with CreativeCatCrafts.com. Welcome back to the channel. So ever since I did this Christmas card and I did use the Oh Christmas Tree stamp set to create this background, I have had what we're going to do today playing in my head for a long time. So it's primarily the circle stamps. I wanted to create a masculine card that we create the background, but not all over background like this. And to start with, I don't have stamps as big as I want. I have these three little ones. I think I have another one, Mandala Maker by Gina K Designs, which has some very similar solid, and then it's got some larger just rings of stamps. So I went ahead and decided I was going to get started with this process utilizing the master layout. So I went through all of my master layout sets and I started looking for things with circles. So I pulled all of those out. So let me get this out of the way. And what I did is, well, let's get this from the start. I had these completely out of order. Okay, so now that they're in order, so for Master Layouts 3, let me get this out of the way so you can kind of see what I'm playing with here. So Master Layouts 3, I had 4 different circles, and it could be a solid circle, it could be single stitched, it could be double stitched, whatever size it was. I went ahead and cut it out, and I'll get these closer, but I'm just going to lay these out. And these were all the circles from the sets that I currently have. And I know there's a ton of other, well, not a ton, but there's several other, like there's a shaker card and there's single stitch and double stitch. I did not include those. I only went with the master layouts. So you can see here, I went and punched the circle. Here, easier for you to see. So I punched the circle and I put down below which master layout and the size it was so that I can tuck these away, and when I need a circle I can go ahead and pull these templates back out. So that was master layout 3, and then these were also for master layout 3 and the sizes. Next one I had was master layouts 5 and master layout 7. And then master layout 8 and 11. Now this is way too big, but this would be good for doing some blending brushes with some silhouette stamps. And what I chose to go with was 3 different ones. So the master layout 11, which is a 1-inch circle, and then the master layout 7, 1 3/8 and 1 1/2. So those are the 3 that I'm going with. So let me get this out of the way. And since I don't have a stamp, I need a die cut or the cutout. And you can use cardstock. I have in my stash a stencil material, and I'm going to lay this here to get rid of that glare. And let's see, can I bring you in closer? Perfect. How about even closer? So this is just Mylar blank stencil sheets, and they're 12 by 12 inches. And I get the 7 mil. Mil is the thickness of the particular plastic material that this is made from, which is Mylar. I got this from Amazon, and I'll have a link down below. And I'm going to move you back out to the entire space because we're going to use my big trimmer, and we're going to cut, sorry for the glare, we're going to cut one of these sheets down to 6 by 6 inch. And this trimmer it does a really good job. So 6 inches by 6 inches. Make sure I got 6 inches. Yep. And it does such a nice job, and perfect, well, not quite perfectly 6 inches, but it's close. It's close enough. The 6-inch mark, it doesn't have a line, so when I'm doing exact 6 inches, I don't always get it right. That's my one con of this particular paper trimmer, is the 6 inches right there in the middle, and it's close enough. It's not going to matter. So let me put this away. I'll be right back. Okay, now we are going to utilize my die cutting machine. So there's my 11, and these are from my 7-inch. You can see one of them is you can't see it that far away, but one of them is a stitched and the other two are plain. So I'm basically gonna trying to decide how I want to do this. I'm going to go ahead and just do one on each one of these sheets. So let me cut it out and then I will be right back with the finished. Okay, and voila, it easy peasy cuts it out. And you can save this if you want for a mask. It's perfectly fine for saving it. I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of these out and go from there. And I could have done one sheet with all 3 circles, and in fact, since there's 4, I'm going to go ahead and do 1 per and then do 1 with all of them. So I'm going to pause you. I'll be back with the finished cuts. Okay, so I have all 3. Hang on, I gotta move the camera just a smidge. Bumped it. So I have all 3 individual, and then I also have in one sheet. You can do either way. Just when you're doing this method where you've got all of them together, you need to be careful with your blending brush, and you may have to use a sticky note or something to mask that off. I'm going to use the individuals, and I need some of my microfiber towels, and I have dust from my plates, my cutting plates. Ugh. Black cardstock, because I cut my mats earlier. So I used Master Layout 1, the 2 large rectangles to cut out my base layers, my mats. And how we're going to do this. So I have Neenah Classic Crest Solar White. I have to memorize that because I just cannot do that. And for a regular panel, you're going to need, so 5.5, just making a little mark because I'm going to draw a line through the center of it. So line those 2 up, and a very faint line. I barely want to see it. And same thing here. I need 4.25. And 4.25. So this will be we're actually going to get 4 cards in one here. So you can see that it's very light. We'll end up cutting it off, but I need to know where my card centers or my edges are for this next process. And we're going to start with the larger of the 3 circles, and I need my ink stands, and we're going to start with the browns first. So we're going to use charcoal brown and Kraft, and then we're going to go with some blues in the navy and powder blue. So let's get our charcoal there. And where's my brown brush? I don't know what was on here before. It was charcoal brown, so let me get some of that off. Because I'm doing Kraft with the larger brush. And I was going to do these detail, but I want the smaller brush. And let me find the brown for that. This will be my darker brown. And then my blues, I have dark blue for, there we are. I don't remember what blue was on my smaller. And then I want the light blue. There we go. I think sky blue or blue sky was on that one. So get those prepped and ready to go. So let's get cat hair off of here. I had a cat that was in here earlier and her hair is like running all over the place. So we're going to load up our Kraft, and I'm going to hold this down and just light. And we're going to get that just like that. And same thing. And I'm just kind of walking it down our lines. Sorry. It's, you know, it's like walking and chewing bubble gum at the same time. Doesn't work. Doesn't work for me. Here, I'm going to cross over, and I'm starting off the side of, or I'm crossing the line on this one. Let's get one of these over here. Another one over here. I don't know if this is going to work. So this is either going to be a great thing or this is going to be a total failure. So let me wipe that off real quick, since we're going to use brown on this one again. But we're going to use the dark brown. Let me cover the Kraft so that I don't stick this brush in the wrong brown. This one, we're going to go back over, and I just want to get it along the edge. Just a little bit of the edge. Oh, I like that. I like it a lot. You could probably do this with the detail brush. And then I'm just picking up some of that excess ink. That just gives a little more dimension to that whole process. That I really like. I didn't know if I'd like this or not. small circles. Oh, I do. I really like this. So start with lighter pressure and then just keep adding a little bit extra or more. Oh, I like. Oh, too much. That's okay. Just adds a little character, a little more there. Yeah, I like that. I like it a lot. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's cover that brown. I'll rinse that off a little bit later. Now let's go ahead and let's grab the blues. So powder blue, and we'll go with one smaller. Get the right brushes. And let's load up that blue. I'm wondering if this is a dry ink pad. Might just be a little bit dry. We're going to do one right here, and we're going to overlap. Let's see what we get when we overlap. Oh, I'm liking it. Because we're going to go back and do the same thing with the in the navy around the edges. I like this. Yeah, the ink pad's a little dry. And I'm going to go off the page. So let me grab, just got a big piece of cardstock here that it's been hanging out and doing nothing. And we're going to go off the edge right here. Yeah, this is a really dry ink pad. Get this here. Okay, so let's get the in the navy going. That's a lot of ink I put on there. That one's my In the Navy is very juicy. It's not taking much at all. Pick up some of that ink. Oh, I do like how this is turning out though. Oh, that is really looking cool. Nice. Pick up some of that ink. Oop. Smooth that out a little there. Got a little crazy with the pressure. That really is very cool. Nice, very nice. Okay, let's add more browns into this. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash this one off. Just need a not paper towel, but my microfiber towel. There was a lot of ink on that one. So next brush down, let's repeat, rinse and repeat, literally rinse and repeat. So let's get our Kraft going again. And we'll make this a little darker. We'll just do some overlaps. We're going to come back in and we're going to do this little one with the blues. I'm really liking this pattern. And this is just completely random. Okay, dark brown, let's cover up the Kraft. Let's come back in. All these little guys. See if we can give a little dimension there with the edges. Oop, that was a lot, so we'll just darken that whole thing, which is fine. This is a very forgiving process, so if you get too much on the edge, just make the whole thing darker. There. I had the circle not lined up. Nice. Oh, this is looking so nice. It's going to be neat once we get this part done and we actually cut it. Oh, I think I already did that one. Yep. Nope. And, oh, that's kind of cool too. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, back to the blues. Let me rinse this guy off. And I'm going to do that one with alcohol so that it dries pretty quickly. Ooh. Okay, let's finish up here with the blues. Let's get this powder blue going. I definitely need to re-ink this powder blue. Okay, look up at the monitor because then I can see where I have some holes. Okay, so let's get in the navy and we can get this thing cut up. I think this is looking pretty cool. So make sure that's aligned. Let's go a little darker on a couple of these. That's neat. Whoops. We're just going to do navy right in here. Oh, I like. And then we'll just do in the edge here. Same here. Get some of that ink up that's on the Mylar. It's the guy right here. Get a little more color on this guy. I like I like a lot. So let me get this cleaned up and pause you, and I'll clean this mess up, and then we can get everything cut. Okay. Whoops, hang on. I'm getting a phone call. So sorry about that. I normally have that off, but my husband and I, for an anniversary gift for my in-laws, they have a lake cottage, and then they have a house just not down the road, but it's about 7-8 minutes away from us. And they live at the lake in the summer, and for their anniversary, we hired a cleaning service to come in and get it cleaned for when they move back into town. So back to this little guy. So I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. And this one at 5 1/2. And there's our there's our panels. And I want to do I like this. That's really cool. I'm going to do this one. And master layout 1. Okay, this is the larger of the two. And that's what I want right there. This is magnetic, so it's not going to move on me. I'll cut that and I'll be right back. Okay, this little guy is done. I'll cut the rest of those later. And this is really fun. Now all we have to do is get the happy birthday on there. Get my Misti out. Let's see, do I want... Yes. Get that straight. And I love from the spring clusters, I love this happy birthday. Let me just make sure that's straight. Sorry, my head's gonna get in the way. Yep. Just slightly crooked. It's got a grid line here at on the... Perfect. Perfect. Oop, little too close. There we go. And I'm going to use black Onyx. Tap, tap, tap. And then just kiss the cardstock. Kiss the cardstock again. That's a really good impression. And let me pull this away. And for the cardstock, I've got a Kraft base, and then I've got black Onyx. And let's get the glue together. I just think this makes for a really fun card. Slightly crooked. That's what I love to use glue. And I'd already scored and cut this. This is Gina K Kraft cardstock, and the mat is a black Onyx. And, oh, that is such a fun card. So let me go get the bling. Okay, so this has got some pinks and purples in it, so I don't think that'll work, but these two I'm loving. So this is cobalt metallic in my right hand and then coffee metallic over here. I really like these. So we're going to put plenty. I should grab another one of these. I think I got that from Trinity. Trinity stamps. So we're just going to do a bunch of these guys. And you're supposed to do in group, ooh, that sequin was broken. Oh, and I had that one upside down. See, I didn't check. Darn. Oops, sorry, I think I got my head in the way. And let's see, do I get, there's a small one. Oh, nope. I'm gonna have to add more. Two, 4, 6, 7. Okay, so done with the blue. Let's get some browns in there. And here we go. I think this is so fun. So thank you for joining me today. I do appreciate it. I think that makes for a really fun masculine birthday, and you can swap up the greeting and say thanks, thinking of you, change the colors, and you can make it girly. But I just love the blues and the browns for a masculine card. So if you would please click the like button down below so that YouTube will pick this up in its algorithm. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, if you would hit that subscribe button and then the little notification bell and choose all so that you're notified the next time I upload a video. I'll have all the links to the products I've used today down below. And until next time, happy stamping.